Hey, what's up guys? It's Jason from Eustace Roofing. We're on a flat roof today. This homeowner's had a lot of problems with it. We're gonna get it taken care of. You know, there's a misconception that flat roofs are bad, and that's not necessarily true. I've seen a lot of flat roofs that outlast shingle roofs every day of the week. It just has to be done properly. What people need to understand is 70% of roofs fail prematurely. And so we wanna get our homeowners into that 30% where they don't have issues with their roof, but there's some issues that you have to take care of before you can do it. So on this particular roof, this is what we call a flat roof modified bitumen roof. It's holding a lot of water. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna tear this roof off, we're gonna fix the dip, and then we're gonna lay down what we call an insulation board. And if you look at this insulation board, it starts out at a 1/2 inch and it runs to 1 1/4 inches right here. And we're gonna lay the roof out so that we're making slope on the flat roof so they don't have any more water issues. The water's gonna shed off the roof, and it's gonna give them a roof that'll last a lot longer. So I've seen modified roofs last 40 years. It's all about the installation. It's always about the installation. There are so many good products on the market, but it's where the installation is where it fails. Another thing is, everybody thinks that coatings can fix everything, and I'm huge into coatings. I think they're great, but in certain instances, they won't. And if you're holding water, a coating is not the way to go, and I'll show you right here. See how that just peels off of there? So we got ponding water. You need to fix the ponding water issue first, and then you can coat. That's a silicone coating. If you've got any moisture under a silicone coating, it's gonna do exactly what it just did. It's gonna bubble up and you're gonna have issues. So when it comes to flat roofs, they're not always bad. There's a good way to do it and a bad way to do it. If you put the roof on right and you really work on your installation and you get slope to the roof, a minimum slope, then you won't have any issues with your flat roof. There's a ton of different types of flat roofs. Modified bitumen is a great flat roof if you've got roof slope. So we're gonna fix that. We're gonna come back here and show you what it looks like once it's fixed and how we can solve some issues for you guys if you have a flat roof too. Hey guys, so we're on the lower roof. We're gonna transform this roof also. This roof absolutely has great slope to it. The water's gonna run off this. You can tell there's no ponding water here. However, we're gonna add some insulation board to it to help cool the roof, but the slope part of it, we don't have to. So we're just gonna add a 2-inch board to this to help cool the house. It's got proper slope, but one of the things I wanted to talk about is when you take a job on like this, there's a lot of added costs that a lot of roofers aren't gonna take, and it's gonna cause you problems in the long run. So this railing here, we're gonna take this railing all the way down. We're gonna come in here to the doorstep and take the doorstep out so that we can redo this all the proper way. We're not gonna try to leave anything and go around it. We wanna remove it, put the roof on, and then install it back properly. So that's part of the key to really making this roof last and give the homeowner something they're paying for. One of the issues are down in these areas, there's a flashing issue down in here, so they're having leaks in there. We're gonna fix that. If you look over here in the corner of the door jams, all those areas are having problems. So the proper way to do that is we're gonna tear it all the way out, install new flashing, new rubber membrane, and then put everything back properly. Over here in the corner, so it's been leaking here for a long time. If you look at the wall, you can tell that people have been searching for leaks. Nobody can find it. And really what the main issue is here is the rubber is going up the wall and it's going over the flashing, so it's just running underneath. This is roofing 101. I mean, you want to have an overlap like that. You don't want it to be backwards. That's what causes leaks. It's roofing 101, but guess what? It takes time. So the roofer comes into this area is going to really have to get up under the flashing, install a new piece of flashing. It's going to take just as much time to do this wall as it does this whole roof. And that's where roofers go wrong, is they get the main part of the roof done and they think they're almost done. But really the work's just begun, because the flashing, the detail work, all that stuff has to be addressed. And that's going to take just as long as the main roof. And that is your crucial areas that matter just as much as your main body of roof. So we're going to go in there and take care of all the flashing issues so that they don't have any more problems with this roof. And then it can start fresh from there and get a roof that performs, and we're gonna keep them out of that 70% range of roofs that fail prematurely. Hey, what's up guys? It's Jason from Eustace Roofing. We're back on this job. I wanted to show you guys what it looks like when we're done. This was a unique job because it had a lot of ponding water on this roof. There was some issues with the plywood. So we had to fix all of that and then add a tapered board to it so that we can get the water off the roof. And we've been able to do that. We've had a lot of rain recently and no more ponding water on this roof. So it was our goal to do that, and we did. And the way we did it was we were creating pitch this way. We created pitch this way, and then we also pitched the roof that way. So we create roof pitch so that the water rolls off. It's not a ton, it's not a lot of roof pitch, but it's enough where you don't see puddles of water up here like you did before. When we got back here, we created a pitch this way and this way. So this is our high point right here. And what's cool about that is it's really gonna help the product last. That's a goal, is you wanna get the water off the roof as fast and efficiently as you can, and you wanna keep it from ponding, and that's how you get the roof to really last a long time. This is one of my favorite products, 3-ply system from Certainteed. We also have a Certainteed shingle here. We got to tie in. One of the things right here, we add this piece of rubber in here. This strengthens anywhere where you have like a little bit of a turn, and it actually protects the laps on the rubber that's going this way. So little key things that make a big difference. If you're looking, we got an offset vent here. I like offset vents that have a guard in front of it, protect it for hurricanes, stuff like that. So we want to be thinking about the future. What can we do to help these homeowners? So if we have a hurricane, it's going to be the best way to protect the house. Real steep pitch here, and we're going to come down here and show you guys. But we had a lot of water running in here, and the homeowner was having a lot of issues. So we had one of our metal guys get the CNC, and he developed a gutter system to grab the water and get it off the roof and solve their problems. I was so impressed with the way that turned out. You know, I have some really quality employees, and I asked him, hey, can you help us take care of this problem? And he built that all himself. And that's really what we're looking for. People to exceed your expectations on their own. So I didn't really have much to do with that, and I was super impressed with that. I don't think I could have come up with something that nice. That was really cool, and it solved the problem for this homeowner. So it's something unique that we can do and build them a little extra just to make the job that much nicer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk down on the lower roof. There was a ton of issues there that we solved. I wanted to show you guys what we did. Hey, what's up guys? So I'm back on the lower roof. This roof had a lot of issues too. Had some ponding water in this area, a lot of ponding water here. And we were able to resolve that issue, take care of that. They don't have any more ponding water there. On this house, on the front and the back, they had a lot of leak issues here. And so that's one of the things that we wanted to solve for them. So what we did is the flashing was actually backwards in here. So originally when we did the roof, this was over top of this. So we fixed that. And then what we did is we flashed the entire wall, because that was the only way to do it right. It was a lot of extra work, pulled all the old flashing out, but we wanted to have this flashing coming down, sitting on top of the flashing down here. And it was the other way around before we started this job. So I don't understand why some roofers don't get that. Water runs downhill. It's pretty basic, and this was backwards. So we were able to solve that. We replaced all the flashing. We cut into the stucco and put a counter flashing in there. This was all custom made in our shop. And then we added a little bit of texture to it, where we added a color that looks nice, that matched the shingles. And it just really gives it an eye appealing. Roofing doesn't have to look bad. You can make it look nice. You just have to know who to hire, who can help you accomplish that goal. So in here, you know, before, the old roofers just ran this up to the wall, and it had a bunch of caulking in there, and that was the issue, leaking real bad. So we cut the stucco, we embedded our flashing. It's a 1/2 inch into the stucco, and then we ran our membrane goes behind that. Solved a lot of issues that they were having there. One of the cool things is this fence. We took the fence all the way out and put it back in, and then we put a Kimlink system around it. I really like these systems. They work really well. There's a couple options on the market. This is one of my favorites. We went in and built a whole door step that goes under the door. So we did all this in our CNC machine with our metal guys. So our roofing guys came in, put the roof on, and then we brought our metal guys in behind them to kind of get all the little details fixed up and real nice. Once we were done, we wanted to add a little extra too. So we added some steps here, or a membrane, an extra membrane that looked nice and kind of matched everything that the customer can walk on, so they're not tearing up their brand new roof. So that was important to us. But overall, like, this roof to me was just amazing the way it turned out. You know, it's been about 4 months now, so you're starting to get some leaves and stuff like that. But one of the key things again is this rubber runs up the roof, but we came back with another piece. It's kind of like our counter flashing for rubber, and that actually adds strength into the bend right here, and then it protects the seams. So these are little things that really matter that you want to have on your house. And you know, these are things that we learn over time, or that if you're striving to be the best in the industry, these are steps that you're going to take to do that. So we always meet with the manufacturers. What can we do better to help your product last longer? Because in the end, 70% of roofs fail prematurely. So we don't want you to be in that 70%. So if we can give you as much information possible to save you from being in that 70%, that's what we want to do. So join the club of 30% roofers, that you don't have to worry about your roof and it failing prematurely.